Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the second semifinal match here in the Mid-Atlantic Mauling League. Breaking news from the league commissioners tonight. The Mid-Atlantic Mauling League is officially changing to be an Elden Ring street. Wait, what? What's that? Oh, apparently I'm mistaken. We're still playing Blood Bowl tonight, and tonight we have two excellent teams for you. It is Knee High to Nuffle versus Pippy Fan Club. Clypheus versus El Nubarino. Chaos Dwarves versus Lizardmen. Let's take a look at this bracket before we break down these two teams. Just 3 teams left in this competition. Erectile Dysfunction advances to the Chaos Cup Finals. They have secured a spot in the Blood Bowl later in the season. Tonight, Knee High to Nuffle and Pippy Fan Club are going to be vying, duking it out to try to do the same. And first, we'll take a look at Clypheus' team. It's Knee High to Nuffle, the Chaos Dwarf team. He has an 11-man roster. He's coming in with a TV of 1250 tonight. 2 Bull Centaurs. One of them does have a damaged back. That means they're going to get a +1 on all injury rolls. He has 3 Hobgoblins. One has leveled up with both block and sure hands. That is sure to be the ball carrier. He has Dobby the Hobgoblin, who picked up Wrestle as well. A fantastic skill for a low AV player. All the Chaos Dwarfers? I'm going to call them Chaos Dwarfers from now on. Chaos Dwarf blockers all have the block skill, being dwarves naturally. 2 of them have picked up the guard skill as well. These are solid pickups for a dwarven team. 3 TRRs, 1 apothecary, 5 fan factor. Let's take a look what he's up against before we talk about what he might do. He's up against Pippy Fan Club. They come in at a TV of 1140. However, they're going to be down a player. They have a 10-man roster. They're going to have to pick up a skink for 60k in TV. That will bring them up to 1200 TV. That's 50k that is going to be going to El Nubarino tonight. He's got 5 Sarses tonight. His 6th Sars, Jewel, has been injured. She's going to be out this game. That means he's picking up an extra skink, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 skinks that are going to be on the pitch. Christina Aguilera, a skink, she's the sneaky get. She is injured. She has an AV of 6. Britney Spears has sidestep, of course. The other 2 skinks are level 1. He's got 3 TRRs, 1 apothecary, 5 fan factor. The staff on both of these teams is exactly identical, so the rosters are where it's at. El Nubarino. Lots of injuries coming into this matchup. He has to pick up a skink that's going to bring him up to 5 skinks. That skink is going to have loner as well. This is a game where you have bash versus bash or bash versus murder, but I don't think PPFC can play a murder game tonight. They can't play murder ball. They're going to have to go hunting for those hobgoblins, and in turn, Knee High to Nuffle needs to hunt those skinks. The problem is there are a lot more skinks than there are hobgoblins for PPFC to hunt. PPFC is going to have to protect those skinks and not give up the player advantage to Knee High to Nuffle. Let's see if that works. Let's see if that works. It looks like the stream is glitching out. Let me know if we are back up. There we go. That looks good. Sorry about that. Something OBS freaked out. Anyhow, PPFC is going to have to go after those hobgoblins, and Knee High to Nuffle needs to go after these skinks. But El Nubarino is going to have a difficult time, in my opinion, trying to protect all of them. But I think that's key, and he has to. And he has to make sure those Saruses are doing their job. And the only way he's going to do that, he doesn't have a lot of skills. 2 of them have the block skill. He'll need to leverage that for sure. But he needs to try to get off those 2-die blocks. And that's going to be difficult. That's going to be really difficult, especially against Clypheus and Knee High to Nuffle. He's got the roster he wants. He's picked skills very carefully. They're fantastic skills. Wrestle's a good pickup. The 2 guards a great pickup. Sure hands, of course. Naturally, the Bull Centaurs both picked up block as well. That's a whole lot of block on this roster. Man, it is going to be tough protecting those skinks. If he can do it, then he needs to make sure that he's getting his strength 4 advantage. Clypheus has traditionally been, with this team anyway, a field control player, a field control coach. So he is going to go after field control, where PPFC and El Nubarino has traditionally been a really aggressive coach with these Lizardmen. But I don't think that's going to work tonight. I think if El Nubarino can switch up his strategy and go hunting for those hobgoblins, he stands a real shot at winning this game. If not, he's going to go down in player count early, and it's all downhill from there. But these are two great coaches. I mean, they're both in the semifinals, so we'll see if the coaches are ready to get underway, and if they are, we'll get this semifinal matchup started. SB Beaver demands death for anyone but the stream. Yes, let's hope that's true. Let's head on over to Cabal TV. And we'll wait for this game to get underway. 50K is going to be going to PPFC tonight. That can be a Bloodweiser Babe. He only has 30K in the treasury. That's 80K he can spend. There's not a whole lot he can do with that 30K. He probably wants to save it anyway. He'll probably pick up the Bloodweiser Babe because why not? That can protect the Skinks. That's a bonus that gives you a +1 on your knockout rolls. At the beginning of every drive, every knocked out player rolls a D6 on a 4+. They'll come back on the pitch. This will make that a little bit safer. It'll make it a 3+. So there won't be much to see in the inducement phase, but man, I really wish we could see these inducement phases. Cyanide Studios, if you're listening, Blood Bowl 3, let us watch the inducement phase. I think it's a great part of the game. I think it's a super fun part of the game, especially as leagues progress, TV gets a little bit higher, and the TV differences increase. Not so trusty Patches says, let's see some dirty plays and lots of fouling. There is a sneaky kid on the pitch. I have to imagine we'll see a ton of fouls, and that's something we didn't talk about. El Nubarino, man, he's going to want to take advantage of Christina Aguilera as a sneaky get and try to get those fouls in. The problem is he can't leave her out there to get blocked down with that low AV of 6. Three teams remaining in the Chaos Cup. Both teams that make it to the finals will advance to the Blood Bowl later in the season as well. The winner of the competition will advance in the Blood Bowl in the upper bracket. The loser, the runner-up that is, will advance in the lower bracket. Both teams looking for a win to secure that upper bracket spot, but there's still plenty of games left in the season. 2 full open competitions after the Chaos Cup. The Spike Magazine Trophy will be the next competition in the season. Oh, what's this poll? What's this poll? Will the first event be sweltering heat? Nope. No, it will not. There's no way. I hope it is. That would be fantastic. Still waiting for the coaches to ready up. They're both in Discord at the moment. If PPFC wins tonight, it will be Lizardmen versus Lizardmen in the finals. Man, what a nightmare game that'll be. Punch City, USA. Still waiting for the coaches to get underway here. They may be in the inducement phase. I'm very interested to see if El Nubarino is going to change up his strategy here. I think he has to in this matchup, especially with all the injuries on his roster. If he can do that successfully, and it's of course it's a possibility, then he stands a real chance of winning tonight. But as it stands, I give the favor to knee-high to Nuffle. And it looks like PPFC is going to set up on defense to start this game. 5 fan factor apiece. That means the fame roll was a straight roll off. Let's see who got it, if anyone. PPFC got it. They have a +1 fame advantage. They did pick up the Bloodweiser Babe with that 50K in inducement money. Otherwise, it's 1 Apothecary and 3 TRRs a pop for both teams. So far, sunny weather, but we could get sweltering heat on the kickoff event table. Currently a 3-man defensive line for PPFC. They have the Crocs at center in the nose tackle position. 2 Sauruses, Lisa Loeb, and Alanis Morissette on either side of the Crocs on the defensive line. Lots of strength on the line. Of course, he has to put at least 3 players on the line. Let's see where that loner skink is. Over in the right wide zone, it's Gawk of Despair. SP Beaver says there's a lot of faith in sweltering heat. SP Beaver says, I hope he keeps the Centaur back to receive. I doubt it. But he could hand off to a Bull Centaur with a Hobgoblin for sure. PPFC. 16 seconds left to set up his defense. He has 4 in the secondary right now, 4 linebackers. Wow, all the skinks in the secondary. He recognizes that he needs to protect the skinks. They're still pretty open in the wide zones, but it would be a Bull Centaur more than likely who would be coming after them. And if Knee-High Nuffle is going to send a Bull Centaur all by his lonesome. Oh man, what is happening? What is happening with my controls? Well, my keyboard doesn't work. Great. That's great. All right, we'll see how long this works. Leave it to Rouse praise to Nuffle. SP Beaver says on the handoff he would still have to make the catch with the Centaur, right? On the handoff, yeah. It's one yes. If I understand what you're asking, then yes. It's not a pass, it's a handoff. Oh man, why does my keyboard not work? Why does my keyboard not work? 7-man offensive line. Leave it to Rouse says your keyboard failed the roll. It did. I tried to GFI with my keyboard. It didn't work out. So there's a bug. I think it's in. So I just unplugged my keyboard and replugged it in. I think this is BB2. There's a bug in BB2 where if you switch out of the game and switch back in, your key controls just don't work anymore. So I think that's where we're at. We'll play with it. We'll try to do this all mouse. PPFC ready to kick off. They don't have a kicker. Quick snap. Knee high to Nuffle. Gets to move everyone into it. Oh my god. Oh my god. I can't. I forgot this is part of the bug. Alright. We'll hop back into the game. Alright. Let's try this again. There'll be 2 deaths while we lift this game back up. SP says, so the request for BB3 are that we can watch inducements and that the keyboard works. Yeah, those would be great. If we can get those, that would be awesome. Hey, there we go. All right, good. Turn one to knee-high to Nuffle. One die block at the line with the Bull Centaur worked out. That's a fine block. Oh, double skulls. He has to spend the TRR. He's going to try to block down this line. That was a fine one die block with the Bull Centaur because he is skilled. He has the block skill versus an unskilled player. But he had to spend the TRR on the double skulls on the right guard block. Gets a stun on Lisa Loeb on the left guard, or with the left guard block. Blitz with the Hobgoblin's going to try to take out a Skink. That'll work out. The Hobgoblin does have the block skill. Oh, he is going to try to pick this ball up with the Bull Centaur. It's not too risky with a Bull Centaur that is in the clear. But down to 2 TRRs on the first turn. PPFC is more than happy with that. You can see he's marking the Journeyman Skink in the right wide zone right now. Knee-high to Nuffle, aggressive with this offense. Again, you can see he's trying to go for field control. He says, you're not going to come after my Bull Centaur. My Bull Centaur is skilled, and he has a strength of 4, and he has sure feet, and he has an MA of 6. What are you going to do? I'm going to control the field instead. His line advances forward. He's trying to encircle the defensive line. These Sauruses only have an AG of 1. If they get marked, they are not dodging. Here's the pickup attempt. Well done. SViewer says that's not true. They can dodge all day. Yeah, the Sauruses don't dodge except when they do a double dodge and succeed. and succeed. Good pickup by the Bull Centaur. 50-50 pickup worked out this time. And now turn one back to PPFC. Stands up the Crocs. Needs to be careful that his team doesn't get plucked out of position. This is knee-high to Nuffle. Clive is here, understands marking these Sauruses and pulling them out of position. This is the only protection against those Skinks. That's why he's applied the pressure on the Skinks already, and that's why he's trying to encircle these high-strength Sauruses. If he can pull them out of the drive, not only will it make it easier to score, but he can try to get the player advantage by trying to murder these 5 Skinks in the backfield. Three TRRs for PPFC this half. We'll see what he wants to do here to try to protect these Skinks. He could go after a Hobgoblin. And that's exactly what he's going to do. The Hobgoblins have a strength of 3. Skinks have a strength of 2. But the Hobgoblins are the AV7 players. If he can take out the Hobgoblin, or if he wants to get player advantage, the Hobgoblins are who he wants to hunt down. He needs to be careful with this Hobgoblin. He does have the block skill. Doesn't want to take a 1-die block on it. He's going to take the Blitz on the Hobgoblin in the right wide zone. This will work out. Because of the wrestle skill, he can't take the both down result. Doesn't want to take it anyway. Wrestle means on a both down result, whether you're the attacker or the defender, you both can go down and not have to take an armor roll. It doesn't stop the drive either. This is a great skill to pick up on low AV players. Usually low AV players have decent speed, as you can see with the Hobgoblins here. And not having to make that armor roll with such a low AV, it's usually a great trade. The Sauruses, you'll cut their speed in half. You will not die. So it's a pretty good pickup. SP Beaver says, foul! Where is Christina Aguilera? Let's see where she is right now. I have no idea. Oh, she's right here. Number 12. Blitz has been spent now. Oh, he is going to go for the foul. Here we go. 2 assists on the foul. Only gets a stun, but that's fair. Well done. Sneaky get means if that foul would have succeeded and you roll a double, typically or generally when you roll doubles on a foul on the armor or the injury roll, you get called off the pitch. You're out for the rest of the game. But Sneaky Get says, not so fast. If I roll doubles and the foul doesn't succeed, I'm still on the pitch. 5 seconds left, takes a block with Mariah Carey in the left wide zone. And that'll be turn 1 in the books. Turn 2, back to knee-high to Nuffle. B.1234 says, I'm learning. Welcome to the stream. Takes another block on the big guy. The Crocs goes down. AV9's pretty solid, hard to break armor. Need a 10 plus. Didn't get it. Bull Centaurs have an MA of 6. They have sprint and sure feet. That means that after they move their full movement allowance of MA of 6, typically a player gets 2 additional GFIs. If they want to take them, you have to roll a d6. On a 1, you will fail. But because they have sprint, they get to do 3 GFIs, and sure feet lets them re-roll the GFI for free. Bull Centaur's strong and fast. Blitz on a skink. 2-die blitz. Clean hit. Gets the POW. This is the journeyman. Skink. Yeah, if the skink comes off the pitch, the apothecary is not going to be spent. 1-man player advantage to knee-high to Nuffle now. This is what we were talking about in the pregame. Knee-high to Nuffle. Hunting those skinks. PPFC needs to hunt the hobgoblins. Both have been doing a good job of it so far. But as we mentioned, Clypheus is a field control coach. He is looking to control the field, control the pitch, make sure that PPFC can only go where Clypheus wants him to go. Ball carrier is going to move forward. Moves into the right wide zone. Blitz is spent. Oh no, double skulls again. Takes a 2-die block with the hobgoblin. He's thinking about ending the drive here. He might not, he might not want to waste that TRR. Gets lucky on the armor roll. That would have been 2 turns, 2 TRRs spent. That would leave 1 reroll left for the half. He said, you know what? I'm in good shape. Not gonna chance it. Retains the TRR, and now PPFC. What are they going to do here? Are they going to get antsy and go after the ball carrier? They can get a 2-die block on the ball carrier. If they go after the ball carrier, they don't have a lot of protection. El Nubarino considering his options right now. Lots of skinks over the left side. Oh, he's going to go for it. There's the mark. He can get the blitz with the Saurus. Gwen Stefani. Stesaurus. Here it is. The 2-die block gets the POW. Where will the ball scatter? Scatters in favor of PPFC, as PPFC says, right, is correct. That is a GFI. When you blitz, that is basically a movement and a block all rolled into one. The block costs 1 MA of your movement. Otherwise, you can move both before and after the blitz. 2-die block in the left wide zone. Gets another POW. Is he going to be able to get any... Man, how do you protect this ball? Maybe you don't take these blocks. Maybe you do. Good stunty dodge. He's going to get a 2-die block now on the number 10 Hobgoblin. That'll work out. The Hobgoblin does not have the dodge skill. Gets a KO in the left wide zone. Is the stream up now? I'm sorry. Turn 3, back to knee high to Nuffle. If you missed it, I apologize for the technical difficulties. Not quite sure what's happening, but there was a foul in the left wide zone. It worked out, but Shirley Manson got called off. It was a hobgoblin for a skink trade that's going to leave one-man player advantage still in knee high to Nuffle's hands. I'm not sure if that's a good trade or not, honestly. I'm going to go with the bad trade. Bad trade because you get sent off, you're out for the rest of the game. The Hobgoblin was only KO'd, so they'll get to re-roll to come back into it. 2-die block on the big guy again at the line. Gets a POW. Hank the Ranger says, coming in late. Any sweltering heat? Not yet. Welcome to the game. 2-die block on the right side of the line. This is with the right guard. Doesn't follow up. Now the right tackle gets another POW on the Saurus. Oh no, Alanis Morissette is injured. 2-man player advantage to knee high to Nuffle now. The Apothecary is not spent. One Chaos Dwarf is now free to come back toward this ball. And he has the other Chaos Dwarf in the right wide zone right now. Here he comes. Marks the Saurus. Blitz still on the table. He'll mark the skink. He's got a movement of 4 with number 7. He can mark the skink if he wants to. Stands up the Bull Centaur. Blasphemy. It's the number 1 Bull Centaur. That's the one with the damaged back. Every time Blasphemy gets knocked down, if armor is broken, it's a +1 to the injury roll. 10 seconds left for knee high to Nuffle. They're going to take the blitz with the Chaos Dwarf blocker instead. It's going to be against the skink. Only going to get a push result out of it. Christina Aguilera, that's the skink with AV 6. Oh, man. Turn 3 back to PPFC. -2 pickup at the moment. -2 pickup, -2 dodge, in fact. What is PPFC going to do? They don't have players to get back on the ball. They could mark number 4, maybe do a YOLO blitz with Lisa Loeb against the Bull Centaur. Lisa Loeb is skilled though. Be a 1-die blitz. Could he make it a 2? He could make it a 2. SP Beaver says the skink doesn't take the negative dodge due to stunty, I believe. That's correct. Good call. Oh, what? He takes a 1-die block with Gwen Stefani. And he will push a Chaos Dwarf blocker away from the ball. The ball's still marked, but he pushes number 7 toward the sideline. Takes the 2-die block he was given in the left wide zone. Ooh, gets a stun on. Two skinks in the backfield. I would move them first. Blood Bowl is a game about luck mitigation. You generally want to do your least risky moves first and your more risky moves last. When you have a turnover, it's just what it sounds like. Your turn is over. So if you fail a die roll and you have a turnover on your first action, you basically lose a turn. 2-die block back at the line. He's going to take a 2-die block against the Chaos Dwarf blocker instead. He's going to get a push. Decides to follow up. He once it gets away from the Bull Centaur, but now this Bull Centaur is no longer marked. He's free to move. Good stunty dodge. Good pickup for the score. 1-0 is the score. PPFC takes an early lead, and my, it is an early lead. There's the pickup with Christina Aguilera. 1 dodge, 2 dodge, and a GFI to score. Well done. And he'll get a skink back here to be on defense. Well done by PPFC. Scored early on the half that is not even theirs to be on offense. Well done. Hank the Ridge says red dodge, blue dodge. 1 dodge, 2 dodge, red dodge, blue dodge. So I think that puts us at 10v10. Let's see. No, it's 10v9. 10v9, one-man player advantage for Knee-High to Nuffle still. J.R. Wilkes says more kickoff events means more chances for heat. Yes, it does. SV Beaver for Spike, I think we need to ban Stunty. We do not. We do not. You're just bitter. Journeyman came back onto the pitch here. The Journeyman skink. Going to stick with a 3-man line. Just 9 players, making it harder to protect these skinks. We'll see if Knee-High to Nuffle is going to get so aggressive on these skinks again. If he didn't get so aggressive, he would have had more players to protect the ball carrier. I mean, that's Blood Bowl. You make decisions as coaches. You have so much agency in this game. Lots of decisions to make. I don't think his decision in particular was better or worse than maybe caging up the ball. Didn't work out in this case. Three-man line. Crocs at the nose tackle position yet again. We'll see if he wants to line up the Bull Centaur against the Crocs again. Try to block down this line starting with that 1-die block. I don't think it's a bad idea. I think it's actually a pretty good idea. 1-die block with the block skill. Not bad at all. He's probably going to want to set up to go after a skink with his blitz. Well, unless he wants to protect the ball carrier. Currently a 7-man offensive line. 2 hobgoblins on the ends. 1. Wow, he's going right up to the line of scrimmage here. Kickoff event table be damned. Here, wow. All right, here we go. So 2 Chaos Dwarf blockers in either wide zone. They only have an MA of 4. Again, PPFC does not have a kicker. It's a blitz. Wow, PPFC gets a bonus turn. Middling kick for PPFC. They can try to go after a hobgoblin if they want. They'd have to dedicate 2 players to it. No, they don't have. Yes, they do have to dedicate 2 players to it. No, they don't. They can go after the hobgoblin if they want. PPFC deciding what he wants to do with this blitz. The blitz kickoff event is a free turn. There it is. 2-die blitz on the Hobgoblin. It's going to work out. The problem with this, not necessarily a problem, but the decision you had to make here is taking this blitz means that this blitzer is not going to move back into position. He only has an AG of 1. He's not dodging anything. But maybe he doesn't want to. Doesn't get much out of the block. Was looking to take a player off the pitch, but he'll take the knockdown. When you're knocked down, it costs 3 MA to stand back up, so you're effectively cutting this Hobgoblin's movement in half when he decides to stand back up. Deciding what to do, if anything, with the remainder of his team. The blitz action, anybody who's marked can't do anything, so the line has to stay put. So really all he has left is this Saurus Toriamus, which he moved into the right wide zone, and the 4 skinks in the backfield, but he doesn't want to pull them up and risk them getting blocked down. And he'll leave them right where they are. Turn 4 to knee-high to Nuffle. Hobgoblin stands right back up and is going to mark Mariah Carey. He's going to try to block down this line and then maybe take a 1-die block against Mariah Carey. A skilled block. If he doesn't want to chance it, he can definitely make it a 2-die block. Gets the knockdown on Bjork. That's the big guy, the big gal, the number 11 Croxador. Clifey is still electing to receive just with the Bull Centaur. It's a 50-50 on the pickup, but I still think this is not a bad decision because it's still fairly early in the half. So even if he fails a pickup, he's still got some time. Gets a push on the right defensive tackle. Decides to follow up. So 1-die block coming back right now. 2-die block on the left defensive tackle. Gets a POW. That will free the number 4 Chaos Dwarf blocker to lend an assist. 3, 4, 5. That'll give it a 2-die block if he wants to take the blitz with Briar Rose. We'll see what he decides to do. That's exactly what he's going to do. 2-die block. Gets another POW on Mariah Carey. And he's going to move this. You know what? He's probably pretty fast for a dwarf. I was going to make fun of his speed. I apologize to all the dwarves watching, all the Chaos dwarves watching. I know Chaos is your thing. I know you guys have a really good track team. He's probably pretty fast for a Chaos dwarf. So, you know what? Good for you. Good for you trying to chase down a skink. I approve. There's a failed pickup. He's not going to spend the TRR here, I have to imagine. Indeed. I'll try to pick it up next turn. Final turn of the first quarter coming up. PPFC on defense. El Nubarino standing this defensive line back up. Mariah Carey stands back up. She is not afraid. Lisa Loeb stands up as well. Lisa Loeb on the verge of leveling up. El Nubarino, contemplative. deciding what to do here on defense. Needs to be careful. He needs to be cognizant of the fact that Clypheus is a field-controlled coach. He can't afford to let his defense get split up, get broken apart, get marked and locked down. But how you approach that, I mean, that's the meat and potatoes of the game. Taking a blitz right out of the gate. 2-die blitz gets a pow on the number 11 Hobgoblin, Dobby. Looking for an 8+ here. Gets the 8+, gets a stun out of it. Plenty of movement left with Tori Amos. He has a hole if he wants to apply some pressure to the Bull Centaur. He could lock down the Chaos Dwarf blocker. He could pull back into defense. Lots of options for this blitzer. He could just fill this gap. He could stay right where he is. Seven seconds left. Not a lot of movement in this turn. J.R. Wilkes says he could concede. So many options. That's it. That'll be the turn for PPFC. Second quarter begins. Knee high to Nuffle. He stands back up. He takes a blitz. He says, I'm good. Knee high to Nuffle has a blitz on a skink right now. Avril Lavigne in danger of a 2-die blitz against Briar Rose. Beat out 1, 2, 3, 4. Thank you for the bits. I appreciate it. 2-die block back at the line. He gets a push against Mariah Carey. That frees up John Romita Jr., the number 8 Hobgoblin, over on the left side of the line. He's going to take the blitz. Here it is. Both down result works out due to the block skill. He was looking for an 8+, didn't get it. No movement left with the blocker unless he wants to take a GFI, which I can't imagine he wants to. One minute, 2 seconds left. This game's becoming a bit of a chess match. Both coaches not wanting to overextend too much. Deciding what the best blocks to take are here. Now, Knee-High and Nuffle is finding themselves in a little bit of a predicament. They have strength 3 all on their offensive line and at least strength 4 on the defensive line. Man-to-man right now. He's going to go for it with the 1-die blocks. Works out on the left side. Now he's got an assist on the Crocs, but it's still an uphill block against the Crocs at the moment. No, it's not. It's a 1-die block due to the guard skill of number 5. He's going to take that as well. He'll push the Crocs out of the way, and now he's going to try to block down this line. 1-die block on Lisa Loeb. Is he going to risk it? It is a skilled block. Tries to pick up the ball. Spends the TRR this time. This works out. And now he's going to try to protect this ball carrier. Gets him right behind the line. That might be it for the line. Moves number 7 back to set up a bit of a faux cage. No! Oh, wow. He tried to take the 1-die block. Didn't work out due to the skull. He doesn't have the TRR. Spent it on the pickup. Oh, man. PPFC. One player on the line down due to that skull. They have an opportunity to apply some pressure. Two-die block on the left side of the line. That will be a POW. Good hit. Decides not to follow up. I think that's smart. Following up here, he's got 2 dwarves on him. It makes it easier for Knee-High to Nuffle to push the... Oh, double skulls again! PPFC has to spend the TRR this time. He's down to 2. Following up makes it easier to push this Saurus out of position, and more importantly, out of the drive if Knee-High to Nuffle decides to move to the right. So staying where you are, this puts you in a better defensive position, and this keeps your formation intact. Very good play by El Nubarino. He's not playing the aggressive game he's been playing all season. I think this adjustment is good, is great, in fact. That's why these 2 coaches are in the semifinals. And I am not. Blitz coming up. Blitz on the Hobgoblin. Good blitz. 8+. 8+ to roll an injury. Doesn't get it. Doesn't follow up. Leaves the Saurus Tariamus. I said it right this time. In place. Is he going to GFI with her or not is the question. Probably not. Yeah, he'll leave her right where she is. The Crocs is going to move around the defensive line and mark the bull carrier. How many times am I going to say bull carrier? The ball carrier. Who happens to be a bull carrier. 1 minute to play in turn 5. He can mark number 6 and make that a 1-die block coming back. Or he can mark with 2 skinks and force this Chaos Dwarf blocker to really think hard if he wants to take a block. Moves a skink forward. Oh, to foul! Gets a KO out of it. Well done, and is not going to be called off the pitch. It is all tied up 9v9. Well done. And good positioning here, too. The 2 Sauruses on the left here protect... We talked about this in the pregame. Christina Aguilera needs to be careful that if she's going to take these fouls, she's the sneaky git. If she takes these fouls, she only has an AV of 6 due to her injury. She needs to be protected, and he did just that here. Well done. He's going to shuffle Britney Spears to play safety over on the right side. Is he going to leave Avril Lavigne prone, or is he going to stand her up and she's going to eat another 2-die block? He's going to stand her up, tried to dodge, failed the dodge, and got KO'd. Oh no! Just like that, the player advantage goes back to Knee-High to Nuffle. 1-man player advantage, 9v8 on the pitch now. Turn 6, Knee-High to Nuffle desperately wants to score in this half. This is their half to be on offense. If they don't score in this half, they're going to have to press hard on the PPFC offense in the next half to try to pick the ball back up and then score, just to tie the game. Not so trusty Patch says that tackles what made me in versus Clypeus. Yeah, these dwarves have tackle, so that negates the dodge skill. Good 2-die block, double pals. Clypheus going back to his field control game, trying to push most of the team out of position so that he can run the ball carrier down the right side, right wide zone. 2-die block on the Journeyman Skink. Gets a stun. That's a great stun. Well done. Two-die block against the number 6 Saurus. Lisa Loeb gets a POW. 10+ will break armor. Doesn't get it. But you can see that's exactly what he's doing. He's trying to push this defense out of position. Push him to the left. PPFC now in turn 6. Is he going to recognize this and shift, or does he think he can apply sufficient pressure here? Stands up Bjork, the Crocs. Is Bjork going to move? She is. She now marks the ball carrier. B.1234 says she should be on radio. No, I should not. Two-die block gets a push on number 4. So it looks like he's going to try to apply some pressure here. He could try to split this team up, apply a little bit of pressure with half the team, reposition his defensive formation with the other half, or he could just go straight aggressive here. We'll see. Really has to be careful with this Bull Centaur Boulder Dash with that strength of 4. SB Beaver says, Sirius really does need a Blood Bowl channel. Everything needs a Blood Bowl channel. Here comes a blitz. Two-die blitz, double pals with Mariah Carey. Bringing the hits in pop music and bringing the hits in Blood Bowl. Doesn't get anything out of the hit, but that is fine. Still has some movement with Mariah Carey. And he is playing aggressive. He thinks he can stop the Bull Centaur. Just 30 seconds left for PPFC. Still has a skink in the backfield. Leaving Britney Spears that far back is fine. He protects her. She's a high-dollar player with a low AV. But, of course, it means she's not really pulling her weight or doing any duty here on defense. Tried another skink dodge against these Chaos Dwarves with tackle. He's deciding if he wants to spend the TRR or not. He's not going to get his dodge skill. He decides, you know what? I'm fine. Super risky dodge with Christina Aguilera. She had the AV of 6. Her armor was broken. Thankfully, it was just a stun. 2 turns left for Knee-High to Nuffle. They need to end this turn in scoring position. They can do it with the Bull Centaur. He can move a maximum of 9 spaces a turn. And gets a reroll on one of the 3 GFIs. Two-die block against Gwen Stefani. Good block. SP Beaver says those dwarves need to start fouling back. Those dwarves need to score. Two-die block gets a pal against number 6. Trying to free up players, get some assists to try to block down this defense. Looks like he's going to do it. He'll follow up here for sure. Blitz on the Crocs, perhaps? It's a 1-die blitz right now. Wow, takes a 1-die block, pushes the Crocs out of the way, and now Blasphemy is free to move. He needs to be in scoring position at the end of this turn. Yeah, there you can see the movement to the right wide zone. He's now in scoring position. Can he keep the Bull Centaur protected? I think he can. 1 GFI, failed it, used sure feet and succeeded. Well done. Will it all be up to Britney Spears? Let's see. El Nubarino might be fine with conceding this TD. He'll be on offense in the next half. He might want to conserve his players. Turn 7, back to PPFC. What's the play? And man, this is exactly what we were talking about with Knee-High to Nuffle. Look at how deftly he pulled the defense out of position, out of the drive. They are on the wrong side of the pitch. And now El Nubarino is going to have a tough time trying to play defense here. I'd love to see a Bjork GFI. One die Bjork GFI blitz. I don't think that's in the cards, but maybe. One, two, what does she have? 5? 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. She can't get there. She can't get there. She can't get there without dodges. She can't take the dodges because of AG1. SP Beaver said, don't forget about the dodges. Yeah, indeed. Under a minute to play here for PPFC. They are trying to figure out if there's anything to do, and if not, do you just want to save your players to the best of your ability? 2-die stand-up blitz gets a push on number 6. Crocs is free. He wanted to try to make that dodgeless, but it's not going to happen. As Pippy says, a few well-placed skinks to make the Centaur dodge, maybe. Well, the only free skink is Christina Aguilera, and no matter where she goes, it'll be a 2-die blitz on her for sure. I'm sorry, it'll be a 3-die blitz on her. Yeah, he's going to save her. He says, you know what? You are not injuring Britney Spears. Not Britney! SP Beaver says, are there only 3 skinks on the pitch left? Oh, failed the loner roll with the Crocs. Did he spend the TRR on the Crocs? He did. Failed the loner roll. Failed the boneheaded roll. Failed the loner roll. The Crocs is not exerting a tackle zone. At least he gets a KO. I think that evens it up. It's I think it's all even on the pitch. Yeah. 8v8 on the pitch now. It's turn 8. He's conceding the TD to Knee-High to Nuffle. I think that is completely fair. The problem with the other skinks, he can't stand them up and dodge on the way because he doesn't get the dodge skill due to the tackle skill of the Chaos Dwarves. I think this is fine. Clypeus has a TRR left. He's going to take some blocks. I would feel antsy. I would just score, but that's just me. Hank Wrench says it's a GFI, I think. Yeah, it's one GFI, but he has sure feet. Gets the POW on Britney Spears. Tried to save Britney Spears. Clivey said, no, absolutely not. You will not get away from me. Britney Spears stays alive. Blast me to score. 1 GFI does it. Works out. Well done. Natural 6 to tie the game 1-1. Hank the Ranger demands, leave Britney alone. Leave her alone. Well done by Knee-High to Nuffle. 1 turn left for PPFC unless there's a riot. Two players come back for Knee-High to Nuffle. Oh, the skink stays knocked out. That Bloodweiser babe not working out in this case. Not so trusty Patches says he demands that you kill Britney. One turn to try to score for PPFC. They can't do it unless there's a riot. Otherwise, they'll just take some blocks. Knee-high to Nuffle has to put 3 men on the line. That is required for a legal formation, and you can see he's putting everybody else back by the end zone. He says, take your blocks, but take your blocks on the line, but you're not taking them on my high-dollar players. J.R. Wilkes says, contract negotiations. Random players quit the team. That's if you roll a 13 on the kickoff event table. PPFC, yeah, undoubtedly. 2 back to receive, 1... Oh. He's going to put the... Well, he doesn't really have a choice. He's going to put the journeyman back to receive as well. He needs to put a skink on the line just in case there's a riot. He moves a Saurus over to protect that skink as well. I think that's smart. Really smart play. Leave it to Ross. Says, bring the heat. We could see it. We could see sweltering heat. Six-man line, strong right. Here's the kick. Neither team with a kicker. He's going to try to kick it to the right. Didn't work out. He kicks it to the left. Knee-high to Nuffle gets to reset their defense. I think they're fine. Actually, they'll probably shift Jubilant over. Yeah, there you go. He's going to shift... He's going to shift everyone over. It's fine. He's leaving PPFC with 1 block and 1 blitz. Shallow kick. But nothing will come out of this. We'll see a block, we'll see a blitz, probably a pass for some SPP, and that'll be the half. SPP stands for Star Player Points. They're basically the experience points of Blood Bowl. Various events will earn you Star Player Points. Passing, if you throw a successful reception, that earns you SPP. Injuries earn you SPP when you cause them. TDs earn you SPPs. And being deemed the MVP of the game earn you SPPs. With each level, after a certain number of SPPs, you'll gain a skill, and that's dependent on both the player and the race of the player. And contingent on a die roll. PPFC not making any decisions yet. Really not many to make. I think you pull Britney Spears back. Man, I don't know how I feel about having Christina Aguilera on the roster with that AV of 6. I would have fired her. There's the blitz. He's only going to get a push out of it. He's not going to follow up. He's going to get a 2-die block here against number 6. J.R. Wilkes makes a very good point. You earn SPP as MVP even when you're dead. 3-die block, gets a POW. He's looking for a 10+. Doesn't get what he was looking for. That'll be it for blocks. Just a pass left, maybe a foul? I doubt it. Can't really foul with Christina Aguilera. She's too far away. Yeah, it looks like he's going to try to get the SPP on her. He's going to spend the TRR. Man, I would have pulled a player back to make that a short pass. Or even a quick pass. So 1, 2, 3. I think this is still a short pass. Good throw. Good reception. Well done. Gets the SPP on Christina Aguilera. And that will be the half. 1-1 at the half. PPFC will be on offense here to start the second half. Now they can play the stalling game. They can try to grind this out and win 2-1. Wow, the Bloodmiser Babe is on a different team. There we go. He gets back his knocked out skink. Well done. Now, Knee-high to Nuffle needs to set up a legitimate defense. Knee-high to Nuffle needs to try to get this ball back. They could try to play for a tie because this is a playoff game. This is a semifinal matchup. This game will not end in a draw. If the half ends in a draw, we will play a third quote-unquote half. It'll start with a coin toss, just like a first half does. It is exactly the same as starting a new game, a first half, if you will, with a key exception that you don't get back any injuries. You still roll for knockouts just like normal, but most importantly, you don't get back your TRRs. So if the game looks like it's going to be played to a draw, or if the coaches decide they're going to play for a draw, you will see their action order change dramatically as they can't rely on the TRR. TRRs, team rerolls, change the odds on dice dramatically, which gives you lots of options where you might not otherwise have options. The canonical example is on a 50-50 roll. If you can re-roll that die, right? If you flip a coin, you have a 50% chance of heads, but if you can flip it twice, you have a 75% chance of heads. So if they're going to play for the draw, they're going to want to save their TRRs for overtime, and if they're going to save them for overtime, then they really have to play a whole lot differently to try to conserve those TRRs. Overtime is, of course, sudden death. The first team to score will win. But that's not what PPFC is thinking about right now. PPFC is going to try to win this game. They're going to set up on offense. We will see their strategy betrayed right here when they get their opportunity to set up. They don't have enough players to feign anything. We will see if they're going to try to cage this ball up and plod down the pitch, or if they're going to try something a little bit quicker, or if they're going to try to stall. SB Beaver says that's an aggressive defense. Knee-high to Nuffle. Definitely not playing for the draw. PPFC could potentially set up a passing game here. We'll see if they do. They have the TRRs for it. They don't necessarily have a passing game. They don't have passing skills or catching skills. But they have a decent AG on the Skinks, the AG of 3. And if their passer and receiver can be open, meaning unmarked, then they can, and they have a TRR that is, then they can pretty much ensure a pretty decent passing game, so long as it's not any further than a short pass. PPFC going strong to the left. Man, this makes me nervous for both teams. He is not going to, he's not going to match up against this defensive line. Oh my goodness, all right. No kickers either, so we'll see where Knee-high to Nuffle decides to kick. Is he going to play it safe or not? Changing weather, but it's going to stay exactly the same. Decent kick for Knee-high to Nuffle. Well done. So he didn't make it center. I have to imagine this was intentional. He wanted to kick in the right wide zone because that's the weak side. Hank the Ranger says boo. Changing weather, nice. Nice weather. Two-die block at the line, gets the pal. PPFC needs to be mindful. Oh, that's a great stun. Needs to be mindful of this Bull Centaur. Look how far he can go. And that's with a reroll as well. Not so trusty Patch says the heat has not been brought. It has not. Two-die block with the Crocs. Passes the boneheaded roll. Boneheaded will fail on a 1. When a big guy with boneheaded skill fails their roll, they just stare off into space until they pass a boneheaded roll in the future. While they're staring off into space, they lose their action and, most importantly, lose their tackle zones. Big guys all come with some sort of negative skill set, usually to offset some insane strength or an insane set of skills. Two-die block's going to be a chain push here. Oh man, I'm so nervous about this offense. I have to imagine Clypheus, unless PPFC has something up his sleeve, Clypheus is going to shift this defensive line to just encircle the offense. Takes the blitz on Dobby the Hobgoblin. This is going to be a good knockdown. So it looks like he's going to try to score early. Still has a TRR. No more blocks to take. I imagine it'll be a ball pickup to move Avril Lavigne about to mid-pitch. With the TRR, if he's feeling a little saucy, he could go for the pass. Failed the pickup. He's going to spend the TRR. Good pickup. I imagine the pass is off the table at this point. No, it is not. He's going to go for it. Handoff instead. Good handoff. Well done. GFI handoff. Wow, wow, wow. Rolled a natural 6 on the handoff. And now he's going to set up a half cage at the opposing 4-yard line. He is going to try to score early. We'll see if he can make it happen. 2 skinks left to move. Christina Aguilera, that is the fouling skink. He's going to move forward. And Gawk of Despair, that is the journeyman. So he's going to decide to move the journeyman to the left. Journeymen are temporary players. He came in with a 10-man roster. You have to come in with an 11-man roster. And so you fill out your roster with journeymen. You don't have to pay for them out of your treasury, but they do count against your team value. But they're temporary unless you hire them on at the end of the game. And generally you won't unless they've leveled up or something. Or maybe got MVP. But because they're temporary, you get a lot more freedom with them. Like, you could take a skink. I wouldn't recommend it here, and El Nubrina recognized that, of course. But you could take a skink, and you're like, you know what, it's a 2-die skink. He can eat a 100 die block. I don't care. So long as I am preventing a key player from moving, I'm good. Or if I eat up that blitz, I'm good. So you do have freedom with journeyman that is not readily apparent when you're new to the game. Blitz with the number 2 Bull Centaur over on the right side of the line. 2-die blitz against a Hobgoblin. Good block. I'm sorry, against the Saurus Toriamus. He'll move her to the sideline. He's going to set up for the surf here. Gets a mark on the ball carrier. So not only is the ball carrier marked, but he's blocked the ball carrier's path. SB Beaver says eating a 100 die block sounds like a job for a journeyman. It does. Journeyman, that's what they're taught in journeyman school. Moves the Hobgoblin back into the safety position. He's going to try to play some D just in case this skink gets away. Britney Spears, I'm sorry for calling you a skink. I apologize. You're the loveliest of skinks. Not so trusty Patches says, we call that interning. I'm going to call our interns journeymen from now on. Moves the 2 Chaos Dwarf blockers on the right side of the pitch back to the left. Takes a 2-die block back at the line. He's going to get a push. B.1234 says that was my nickname in high school. Knee-high to Nuffle, trying to get some positional advantage. Can't really pull it off this turn. We'll see if PPFC lets him. It looks like he's not going to. Takes the 2-die block. 2 very good coaches. Gets a chain push out of it. Knee-high to Nuffle. Really needs to stop this score at all costs, or they need to transition into playing for the tie. 2-die block on the Bull Centaur. This will be a good knockdown. Well done. 2-die blitz, rather. He's going to follow up for sure. That's going to give Britney Spears a place to move. Well, it might not be for sure. How much movement does he have left? He might want to move the blitzer. We'll see. I think that was 4, which will leave him with 1 space. Yeah, 1 space left to move. But he's not going to move because he followed up, and now he's marking the Hobgoblin. So we can still set up a half cage over here, further down pitch. He'll have to do it with a skink, but I think he's okay with that. Stands up Tori Amos. Skink has to move now, Tori Amos, otherwise in danger of a, albeit unlikely, but in danger of a surf. Oh, is he not going to set up a half cage? He's going to set up a full cage. Failed dodge! Oh no! That was not with the tackle skill. He failed the first dodge with a 3. Got the free reroll due to the dodge skill. Failed it on a natural 1. Oh no. It is anybody's ball now. Turn 10 back to knee-high to Nuffle. Because you can only reroll a die once in this game. Because he gets a free reroll with dodge, he didn't have to spend a TRR, failed that reroll, but because he rerolled it once already, he doesn't get to spend a TRR. Man, I wouldn't have risked a dodge there at all. At all. I would have moved the Saurus further up and set up a half cage. SB Beaver says, I wouldn't have risked it either, but maybe that's why we're no longer in the tournament. And it's a very good point. Marks Lisa Loeb, the number 6 Saurus. That's 3 friendlies on the ball right now. Gonna blitz with Bjork. Gets a pow. Knocks down Lisa Loeb. Doesn't break armor. Still has 1 movement left, but he's not going to since the Bull Centaur is now marked. Three or four players left to do something with. He has the Hobgoblin with an AG of 3. He has a positive dodge if he wants to dodge out of the way. Gonna go for the ball pickup, perhaps. Yes, indeed. Good ball pickup by John Romita Jr. SB Beaver says if he would have blitzed the other, he could have set up a surf. How so? Like blitz this one here and then followed up? Turn 11, back to PPFC. They need to find a way to get this ball back. They don't need to do it on this turn, but they need to make sure that Knee-High to Nuffle cannot secure the ball on their upcoming turn. If PPFC is not going to play to try to shut down this cage, then they need to start thinking about pulling their players back to play some defense, or else they can very easily see themselves left behind in the dust of a Bull Centaur, or maybe even a Hobgoblin. They do have speed. They can match this team. In fact, I would argue that this Lizardman team is faster than this Chaos Dwarf team on the whole. They can't beat the Bull Centaurs, but they can match the rest of the team. Two die stand up blitz against Lisa. Against Briar Rose. SP Beaver says it's time to get the skinks into the action. Yeah, I mean, you need every man on deck at this point, I think. Follows up, but Lisa Loeb is stuck. That's where that low AG will get you. Two die block with the big girl. The big gal. Gets a block, follows up with Bjork. Marks the ball carrier. Does he start pulling skinks over to the right side? Does he take this one die block? Oh man, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. El Nubarino is going to move the skinks forward. He's going to get them into this game. Two die block. How? Oh, against the Hobgoblin. Follows up. Takes a one die skilled block. Oh man, that was 1 second left in the turn. What a risky block, but this will work out. Well done. Turn 11, back to knee high to Nuffle. Christina Aguilera is going to stay put. Wow, what a game this has been so far. El Nubarino with the adjustment against this matchup. It's worked out very well. Both teams playing a control, well, Knee-High to Nuffle's playing more of a control game. El Nubarino, the shift from offense to defense has been really good. It's been on point here. He went for, he tried to score early, didn't work out due to the failed dodge, but he didn't let that tilt him. He said, you know what, I'm going to reshuffle my defense as best as I can. I'm going to take the hits that I think are important, and now I have these skinks in the backfield that I can move forward to play some defense. Jared Wilkes says, what a cluster jam. Hank the Ranger says, great game. It has been a great game. Two die block. Oh no, is the Apothecary going to be spent here on Bjork? He's thinking about it. Does not spend the Apothecary, and Bjork, the Crocs, is off the pitch. Two-man player advantage now to Knee-High to Nuffle. Big loss for PPFC. And the Crocs will almost certainly be out for the rest of the game. Unless the game ends in a draw, she'll have an opportunity to get re-rolled back in. PPFC does have the Bloodwiser Babe. That makes that re-roll a little bit better. Turns it from a 1/2 roll to a 2/3 roll. Knee-High to Nuffle is going to cage up at their own 8-yard line. Blitz with the Bull Centaur. Two die blitz. It's going to get a push. And Not So Trusty Patch says, good move, that tail is annoying. The Crocs does have a prehensile tail. It makes dodging quite difficult. One die block at the line. Wow, man! Gets a pow out of it. Excellent KO against Gwen Stefani as well. Fortunes are reversing here for Knee-High to Nuffle. Two die block, both standing result. Drive stays alive. Turn 12. Excellent turn for Knee-High to Nuffle. PPFC, what do you do here? Do you think about playing for the draw? How do you stop this cage? All you have are skinks. Your 3 Sauruses are all tied up. The 4th, currently stunned at center pitch, in real danger of getting left behind on the drive. El Nubarino weighing up his options. Oh, he's going to go in for the blocks. Oh, boy. All right, we'll see if it works out. Two-die block gets the POW. This is on blasphemy. If he gets an injury, there's a +1 to the roll. Needs to get a 10+ on the armor roll, though. Gets, oh, wow. Even with the +1, only gets a stun. Maybe a blitz with Toriamus so he can block the Bull Centaur and then move Toriamus back to play some D? That might be the play. I'm not sure, though. Two-man player advantage for Knee-High to Nuffle right now. PPFC has to consider that. They've got to play some D. They've got to find a way to make something happen. Can't safely dodge this skink due to these Chaos Dwarves. They have tackle. 5 seconds left for PPFC. 3 seconds. Oh, he is going all in on the blocks. Gets the POW. Let's see if it works out here. Gets a knockdown. Not much else. That will be the turn. Turn 12. Final turn of the third quarter. Knee-High to Nuffle's cage is going to run like the wind down the right side of the pitch. B.1234, cheer. Thank you so much for the bits. I really appreciate it. Very kind of you. Thank you so much. Two-die block. Gets the block on Britney Spears. Doesn't break armor. Blitz on the lone defending skink, Avril Lavigne, only going to get a push out of it. Avril Lavigne is going to stay standing. You know how she learned to stand on 2 feet when you get pushed around. She has good balance. She learned that from a boyfriend she once had who was a skater boy. Cage is going to move down the right side of the pitch. Going to cage up at the 2-yard line. Don't boo me, SB Beaver. No, you know what? You should boo me. That's a boo. That's a boo. Two-die block on Lisa Loeb. I don't know what PPFC does at this point. They went all in on these blocks, but they have nobody left to play defense. Boulder Dash stands back up. Blitz has been spent. TRR is still on the table. Takes a 1-die block against Mariah Carey. Gets a skull. Might just take it. No, he's going to spend the TRR. Double skulls. Double skulls. Eats up a TRR. PPFC is happy to see it. fourth quarter begins. PPFC. Oh boy, what do you do? It's going to pull back a Saurus. Problem with this cage is that it's only an MA of 4, so it's not fast. SPB versus Dodge Blitz with the down Saurus? No. Mariah Carey effectively locked down, unless he wants to take a YOLO block against the Bull Centaur. He could move a skink forward to make it a 2-die block, but I don't know if he wants to. I think he needs all hands on deck. He needs to pull back these skinks. He needs everybody to play defense. He could do... Oh, he's going to blitz, 2-die blitz on the number 9 Chaos Dwarf blocker. He's going to get a push out of it. I don't think he wants to follow up. Oh, but he does. Oh, man. I was thinking maybe a 1-die blitz here, or maybe just take the Journeyman and make this a 2-die blitz with Lisa Loeb, and then you follow up. Hopefully it's a knockdown, but then you follow up, and then you can move the Saurus into defense. And you can see El Nubarino is indeed moving these players back to play some D. The Journeyman gets into position. 3 players left. Avril Lavigne, Britney Spears, and Mariah Carey. Mariah Carey is really locked down. I would probably leave Mariah Carey where she is. That stand-up, it could be a stand-up blitz, but it's just too risky to allow both Bull Centaurs to come down pitch. Trying to set up a faux screen in front of this cage. Wow, finally gets a good dodge away from that. Oh, he's going to take the 2-die block. All right. Gets a knockdown on Boulder Dash. And he follows up as well, so he is committing this Saurus to these Bull Centaurs. Wow, turn 13 back to knee-high to Nuffle. Decent recovery here by PPFC to try to play some defense. This follow-up, yeah, means he's going to eat a 2-die block. It's going to be a POW against Gwen Stefani as well. Gwen Stefani's going to stay on the pitch. Perhaps he wanted to eat up a block, and that means that one of the 4 corners of the cage are not going to be able to move. Maybe that was the plan. Knee-high can still very well set up a half cage on the right sideline, though. But man, if they set up a half cage, this measly defense can easily condense on, or collapse on them. 2-die blitz against the Journeyman, gets a POW. He's looking for an 8+. Gets the KO. Got it. Well done. Well done. Journeyman's off the pitch. I think it's a 3-man player advantage now. Is he going to move the blitzer out of the way to free up this hole or not? Probably not. He's probably just going to cage up on the opposing 4-yard line. Yeah, 3-man player advantage. Yeah, this is the problem with having nothing but skinks left on defense. It makes it easy for knee-high to Nuffle to hunt them down and destroy them. He's going to elect to cage up on the 2-yard line. And one of these skinks is Christina Aguilera as well, with that measly AV, that armor value of 6. When you get knocked down, you have to see if your armor is broken. You roll a 2d6, and you have to beat the armor value of the player that got knocked down. In this case, it's a 6. That means a 7+ breaks armor. There are a whole lot of die rolls on 2 dice that result in 7 or greater. And then when armor is broken, you roll for an injury. It could be a stun, it could be a knockout, or it could be a casualty. Takes the 1 die block against Lisa Loeb. Oh, works out. That's going to free up 1 Chaos Dwarf blocker. Briar Rose is going to hustle as fast as he can to try to get in on this drive. It is looking grim for PPFC. Failed dodge with the Bull Centaur. That was a risky dodge. Had to try it to save himself from a surf. He's fine with that. He got knocked down, but he's not out. Turn 14 to PPFC. 3 turns they need to defend against the score. If they can, we're going to overtime. Coaches might need to think about saving their TRRs. Knee-high to Nuffle, a little less so. They're in great shape to win this game. Blitz right out of the gate for PPFC. 2 die blitz. Gets the POW. Is he going to follow up? I don't think you do, but we'll see what he wants to do. Stays put. Doesn't get much, but he eats up 75% of that Chaos Dwarf blocker's movement. Is he going to stay where he is? He could move here. He's got some movement options left with the Blitzer. J.R. Wilkes says song lyrics. I refuse. 1 minute remaining in turn 14 for PPFC. They still have movement. They have not closed out the Blitzer. Finally deciding the Blitzer will stay put. They move Christina Aguilera 1 space to the right. They're going 2 deep with Christina Aguilera and Tori Amos. B.1234 demands I sing it. I will not. Takes a 2 die block back in no man's land. Gets a POW. Hush you. Frees up a skink. Britney Spears can get back into this game. I think she has to. Is Britney the hero we all need? Is it Britney? Applying pressure to the back of the cage. Let's go. Let's go. I want to see overtime. Turn 14. Knee high to Nuffle. 3 turns left. I have to imagine it's a blitz on Avril Lavigne. 2 die block coming up against Gwen Stefani. 1 die block. This will work out. Frees up the number 7 Chaos Dwarf blocker, Cantankerous. Here's that blitz. Blitz on Gwen Stefani. 2 die blitz. POW on Avril Lavigne, that is. Hopefully she stays on the pitch. Oh, yes, she does. Hopefully for PPFC, that is. What does Knee High to Nuffle do? Are they going to cage up at the 6-yard line? Or are they going to tie up this Saurus? Nope, they're going to protect the ball carrier. Good cage. Good cage. El Nubarino, I don't... We'll see if he wants to continue applying pressure to this cage or not. I don't think he has to at this point. Knee High to Nuffle has committed to the right wide zone. He just needs to stop the run. 2 die block back in no man's land. This will work out. These Bull Centaurs are in real danger of getting back into this game. They are so fast. Hank the Ranger says, Brittany YOLO uphill. Man, strip ball would be great right about now. Turn 15 to PPFC. Just 2 turns left to try to defend against the score. PPFC certainly playing for the tie, although I guess Britney Spears could be a potential receiver, but he would have to end her movement. No, she's currently in scoring position. Well, I don't think he's going to... I don't think her role is to score. I think everybody needs to be on defense. Stands up Avril Lavigne. Doesn't want to dodge out because of the tackle skill. 2 free players. Oh, no. Oh, no. Was this a mistake? Oh, no. What? Oh, that is unfortunate. Tried a Crocs dodge. Didn't work out. That's only 33%. They only have an AG of 1. And that is a lost turn for PPFC. Knee-high to Nuffle needs to end this turn in scoring position. They've done just that. They're going to move that half cage forward. Oh, that had to have been an error. Two-die block on Christina Aguilera. This is a PAL, 7+. Breaks armor. Somehow she stays alive. She has really excellent armor. Who is her armorer? I want to know who her armorer is. Who is she wearing? Moves the Hobgoblin in to keep Britney Spears from being a threat. Yeah, you can see just how fast these Bull Centaurs are. Blasphemy, 1 GFI. Wow, 3 GFIs. Well done. Final turn for PPFC. What do you do? Can Brittany do anything? Not really. She can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 GFI blitz. That's... I don't know what you do. Avril Lavigne stands up. Both these... She's got to get through a tackle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Man, I don't know what you do. I don't know what you do. Hank the Ranger says Brittany YOLO uphill. I think that might actually be the play. She's got to do 2 dodges to an uphill block and just hope it works out. Maybe it goes out of bounds. Maybe it gets thrown back in. Yeah. Failed dodge to the tackle skill. He's got to spend the TRR here. Oh, wow. 3. Oh, wow. Avril Lavigne with the 3-die uphill block. And this will work. Where's the ball? Going to get thrown back in. And it's an injury. What? He'll be out. He will miss the next game as well. Oh! Oh! We're going to overtime! I mean, I guess knee-high to Nuffle could conceivably score. Holy moly! Fortune favors the bold. Except when you try to go for it. Never go for it. The failure rate for go for it is 900%. You know this. Just having a tackle zone on the ball there would have been good enough, in my opinion. 2-die block double skulls. He has to spend the TRR. That's going to work. He doesn't have a TRR left. Hank the Ranger lowers the GFI failure rate from 900% to a paltry 99%. He spent the TRR, which means he's not going to have it for overtime. J.R. Wilkes says triple dodge into a 3-die uphill block. Yes. GFI? No. 3-die block on Britney Spears. This will get a POW. General Boss 916 says TRR team reroll. Each team gets a number of rerolls. And you can, if you don't get a free reroll, you can spend it to reroll any die you want. Usually at the beginning of a half, you get back all of your team rerolls. Yeah, no worries. Welcome to the stream. What a play. General Boss 916 says, I played tabletop in League running Lizard Boys. Congratulations. They're a great team. And I love the tabletop game. I assume you're playing BB 2020 rules? All right. We are going to overtime, so it's going to be a new coin flip. Both players come back thanks to that Bloodweiser Babe for PPFC. Who's going to win the coin toss? Knee-high to Nuffle wins the coin toss. And they are going to... No, PPFC must have won the coin toss, and they're going to be on offense. Knee-high to Nuffle's going to set up on defense. General Boss 916 says, yeah, respectable 1-2 so far. Yeah, not bad, man. Congratulations. B.1234 says, better than me. I'm still learning what's going on. Well, hopefully, we try to teach the game in these streams. Hopefully we're doing a good job. If not, feel free to ask questions, and we'll answer them to the best of our abilities. Can just say general to make it easy. You bet. Thank you. SP Beaver says, pretty sure this is my first OT game I have seen. Well, this is sudden death now, so this is going to be another 8 turns. Neither team gets back their TRRs, so Knee-high to Nuffle has 1 left. PPFC has none left. PPFC still has the fame advantage. We'll see if PPFC is going to try this fast score again. They are down a player, I believe. 1-man player advantage. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, is it all tied up on the pitch? Yes, it is. 9v9, no player advantage. Leave it to Rouse. Praise to Nuffle. SP Beaver lowers the GFI failure rate, and Not So Trusty Patches demands death. Not enough blood in my bowl. Hank the Ranger says, if there is a pitch invasion kickoff result, I will lose my mind. Clypheus with a fairly aggressive defense. He's trying to screen out this team. He doesn't want them to score. He doesn't respect the passing game, and neither would I with 0 team rerolls remaining. General asks, wait, are you playing or commentating? I'm just commentating. Oh, thanks, man. PPFC now to set up their offense here. Need to be careful of the kickoff events. He does have the fame advantage right now. Hank the Ranger hoping for a pitch invasion. I think PPFC would be happy with a rock thrown. When you set up your team, you have to put, when you set up your team for a kickoff, you have to put 3 players on the line in this center zone here. So at least 3 players have to be on the line. And you can set a maximum of 2 players in either one of these long rectangular wide zones. So that'll be it. He's going heavy to the right. You can bet Knee-High to Nuffle's going to kick to the left. Knee-High to Nuffle gets to reset their defense. And this looks like it's going to be a touchback, which means PPFC will not have to make the roll to pick up the ball, and they will take that. Clifus has an opportunity to shift right here. We'll see if he wants to. I imagine he does. He's going to shift left. Did he kick short? Hank the Ranger says, give it to the Crocs. I mean, yeah, the Crocs is not slow. There is the problem of boneheaded and loner. I guess loner doesn't matter when you have no team rerolls. But I mean, you could totally give it to a Saurus. The problem is, well, no, you couldn't. That AG of 1 is just really rough. Yes, indeed, it's a touchback. Whose hands are the ball? Is the ball going to go into? Will it be Britney Spears? Will it be Avril Lavigne? Will it possibly be a Saurus? Doubtful. It's going to be Britney Spears. Of course it is. She has both dodge and sidestep. When you get blocked on anything but a both down result, you have to get pushed back into one of the 3 spaces directly behind you. The sidestep skill says, on the other hand, that you don't have to be pushed back in those 3 spaces. You can be pushed into any adjacent space, and not only that, but you, being the defender, gets to choose where you're going to go. Blitz to kick off this overtime. 2-die blitz on the right sideline. Ooh, doesn't follow up with Mariah Carey. Better get her off the sideline. Hank the Ranger points out that the Crocs is free. Indeed it is. Both the Crocs and Lisa Loeb are free. Takes the blitz with Mariah Carey, pulls her back in toward the ball. Well done. And it looks like he's going to try to set up a cage maybe on his own 4-yard line. Will probably take the block against Jubilant. It's going to be a 2-die block unskilled. He doesn't have a TRR. Probably wants to put the ball into the cage first. And still has a movement with the Crocs. Probably wants to take... So action order is going to be very, very important on this. Blood Bowl is a game of luck mitigation. You want to do your least risky actions first and your most risky actions last. Moving players is no die roll, so that you should do those first. He almost certainly wants to move all of these free players where he wants them to be first before he takes this block, and that's exactly what he's doing. He doesn't have a re-roll, so if he fails a roll, that's it. It's a turnover. The Journeyman Skink moves up behind Bjork. Christina Aguilera, what do you do with her? Moves her into the cage. All that's left is the 2-die block against Jubilant. Here we go. 2-die block. Gets a push. He will not follow up. Well done. Good play by PPFC. Didn't move the Crocs. It looks like he wants to leave the Crocs where he is and exert those tackle zones. I think that's fair. I still might pull the Crocs, but I don't know. It's a tough call. Turn 17 to Knee-High to Nuffle. Knee-high to Nuffle needs to be cautious. This is sudden death. They have to stop the score. And then they have to find a way to get this ball back. Hank the Ranger says, bonus Blood Bowl. Yes, indeed. I am always game for more Blood Bowl. He had enough. Also going to kick off their turn with a blitz. This time it's a POW against Avril Lavigne. Double POW, in fact. Gets a KO. Well done. Does he still have the Apothecary? He does. Is he going to spend it? I think he might. We'll see. He doesn't. One-man player advantage to knee-high to Nuffle. What are you saving? What are you saving the Apothecary for? Maybe the Apothecary just doesn't want to work. Maybe he's protesting. He's on strike. SB Beaver says I was about to ask that as well. Sends the number 1 Bull Centaur back toward the ball carrier, back toward the cage. Yes, good movement by Clypheus. We've seen this time and again with this team. He's well aware of the lateral movement possible by this Saurus team. They're a strong team, but unlike other strong teams, they still have a lot of movement. These Sauruses all have a MA of 6. The Skinks have an MA of 8, which is fantastic. He needs to be careful of the lateral movement. He moves in number 9, Gesundheit, just to stop the movement to the left. This is good play. Also marks the Journeyman Skink. 15 seconds to play. B.12 says B.1234 says saving it for a rainy day. The way things have been going in this competition, I don't know if there'll ever be a rainy day. I don't know if there'll ever be anything but nice weather. Turn 18, back to PPFC. I think there was a rainy game for a brief time, this competition. 2-die block against Chaos Dwarf blocker. Good knockdown. Hank the Ranger says, I had rain in my last game and it was terrible. PPFC has to be on point with the actions. He doesn't have any TRRs left. No rerolls remaining. He can take an easy 2-die block against Bashful. But he doesn't have any rerolls, so he needs to be careful. Blitz. 2-die blitz against the number 5 Chaos Dwarf, Oblivious. Gets a push. I have to imagine he won't follow up, but maybe he will. He doesn't. Well done. Currently has a hole open. He's not... Oh, no, he doesn't have a hole open, actually. Moves him right back into position. This is good use of a blitzer. New players will often forget that the blitzer can move after taking the block, provided they still have movement allowance left. So he pulled the blitzer off the cage, took the block, pushed the Chaos Dwarf away, went back in to close up the cage. Now, the 2-die block not gonna work out against Bashful. Bjork is gonna fall to the ground. Turn 18, that's gonna free up probably Gesundheit. Yeah, 2-die block against the Journeyman Skink. Gets the knockdown on the both down result due to having the block skill, and now Gesundheit is free. He had Nuffle looking for a way to crack this cage, but it is a tough cage. 3 Sauruses on 3 corners of the cage. Christina Aguilera with the AV of 6 on the last corner. But she's not scared. She is not afraid. 2 marks on the front left corner of the cage right now. These 2 marks make it a 1-die block coming back, but he's going to take the blitz with the Bull Centaur. 2-die blitz, gets a push. And he decides to follow up, gets a mark on the ball carrier. Two marks on the ball carrier now. Knee high to Nuffle is now the one who's playing aggressive. The number 2 Bull Centaur Boulder Dash moves forward to mark Tori Amos. That is 3. All 3 Sauruses on the cage are now marked. All they are going to do this turn is take a block, perhaps a blitz, but otherwise they're going nowhere. Moves the number 11 Hobgoblin over to the left a little bit. He's going to play defensive back duties. Turn 19 back to PPFC. Moving Oblivious in was a good move. That gets the tackle on the tackle skill on the ball carrier. Takes a 2-die block. It's double pals in the right wide zone. He'll set up for the surf. I don't know if he's going to follow up or not, though. He might need to leave that Saurus free for movement. Not so trusty Patches says skink handoff and runtime. Maybe, but how do you protect them? He can get, he can get a blitz with Lisa Loeb maybe, and then he'll dodge out Britney Spears, but that's risky. 2-die block with Gwen Stefani. He's gonna get a push. That frees up Lisa Loeb. He now has 2 free players. He could set up a half cage if he wants, but he still has... Oh, there's the handoff. Good handoff to Christina Aguilera. She only has an AV of 6. What a hero she is. She's not afraid. But now what? He is committing. He's going to run her down field. Oh, takes the GFI. Wow. Wow. Wow, 2 GFIs to the 14-yard line. At this point, I think you don't take blocks. You run Lisa Loeb downfield, and you just let everybody else tie up as many people as you can. You have to GFI with Lisa Loeb. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4, 5, 6. No, Lisa Loeb can't get down pitch. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Blitz with Lisa Loeb. Oh, only gets a push. He doesn't want to leave that Chaos Dwarf free. Oh, but he does. He still has movement, but now it's a GFI. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, he takes both GFIs to mark the Chaos Dwarf blocker. They both work out. Wow. Wow. I think he wants to stand up the number 3 skink as well, but maybe he doesn't. Try to dodge. Tough to get past. Oh, and gets injured for the trouble. He does have the apothecary. I imagine he's not going to spend it. Hasn't spent it yet. Why start now? That'll be a 2-man player advantage now to knee-high to Nuffle. Has a 2-die blitz as it stands on the ball carrier if he wants to take it. He doesn't. He's going to get a mark first. 2-die block, double skull, so have to spend the final TRR. This will barely work out through the block skill. Wow. General says using apothecary on a skink is a waste. It is. I just wanted to poke fun at him at not using it. 2-die block only gets a push. He doesn't have the reroll. He'll follow up for sure. If Christina Aguilera is going to get away, she's going to have to get through a tackle first. Two-die block. Back at the line. Gets a sidestep push on Britney Spears. Sidestep's good for a couple of things. You can get free movement out of it, or you can sidestep out of the way so that you don't eat another block. Two-die block on Gwen Stefani. This will be a push as well. Decides not to follow up. He wants to leave the Bull Centaur open. So he's not going to take a block back on Gwen Stefani. General says, my first game I played BB 2020 in League. I had a skink dodge 3 times and GFI twice to score first career touchdown. Well done. Yeah, stunty and dodge is a great combo. Takes an uphill block against the Crocs. This, well, the drive will stay alive. Gets a push. Cantankerous. Free to move. He will try his best to move back onto the ball. That'll probably do it. Yeah, turn 20 back to PPFC. You have no rerolls. Do you just go for it? 2 dodges. You got to get past a tackle on the first one. Can he make it any better than that? I don't think he can. General says, go for it, Skink. I think that's what he has to do. SP Beaver plays run. Run. Here it is. Failed the tackle. Where's the ball going to scatter? Oh no, and Christina Aguilera is knocked out. Uses the Apothecary and Christina Aguilera. She's going to stay on the pitch, but the ball looked like it went into orbit. Oh no, and now the ball is all the way on the PPFC 4-yard line in the left wide zone, right where Knee-Hide and Nuffle has a contingent of players. They're going to have to take some blocks first. Neither team with rerolls left. 2-die block against Britney Spears. This will be a knockdown due to the tackle skill. Remember, tackle negates dodge, so this wouldn't be this isn't a dodge push. This is actually a knockdown. But the sidestep kicks in, and PPFC decides to move her out of harm's way and further toward the ball. Dobby now is going to move towards the ball. He has the wrestle skill. Jubilant is going to move forward and keep Christina Aguilera locked down. Not so trusty Patches says, what happens if neither team scores by turn 24? I think the cyanide rules are like penalty kicks. I don't know if they've changed that or not. I guess we'll see. Double skulls. That's going to be the end of the drive. Turn 21. Back to PPFC. We are in the 6th quarter of play. Double skulls right off the bat. And we're right back to Knee-Hide and Nuffle. A bit of serendipity. Wow. Skull, 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 skull. It skulls all the way down. Ball pickup by the Hobgoblin. Good pickup. Oh, wow. Not so trusty Patches says foghorn. El Nubarino and PPFC has their work cut out for them now. Gotta get an assist on the big guy, on the big gal. This will be a good knockdown. Bjork is injured as well. Oh, and she has a fractured arm. That's 2 players that are going to miss the next game. Oh, no. Oh, no. I hope you were worth it, Christina. I hope you were worth it. One die block, not gonna work out. Another skull. Huh. PPFC. Knee-high Nuffle, still not in scoring position. Britney Spears needs to run back and play some D. General says, and that's why you don't waste Apothecary on a skink. SP Beaver wants a dodge bliss, but by Gwen Stefani? I don't think so. I mean, maybe. Can she even get there? Oi, 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 oi. It's a GFI blitz. Man, you want to talk risk. I mean, I don't know. Maybe. It's not like Bashful can catch him. Here it is! Takes the blitz on the marking Chaos Dwarf. That'll free him up to play some defense here. I don't think you take this GFI. I think you get into defense. But I don't know. I am not in the semifinals. SP Beaver lowers the GFI failure rate from the rules listed 900% down to a more manageable 99%. Hank the Ranger says, you never GFI. PPFC has never... He didn't hear you. He didn't hear you, Hank the Ranger. 2 GFIs, they succeed. He marks Dobby the Hobgoblin. Wow. General says YOLO. Yes, indeed. Wow. Why was that a turnover? What happened? Oh, another double skulls block somewhere. Knee-high to Nuffle is going to move these slow... I'm sorry, Chaos Dwarves. Fast Chaos Dwarves. They're fast MA of 4. Not so trusty Patches said, failed block on the Centaur. Thank you very much. 2-die blitz. Whoa! Oh my god! Oh no! Double GFI! Failed! Died! The Apothecary gets spent! Wow! That's Blood Bowl, baby! Wow! What a game this has been! He's gonna take the block right off the bat. Gets the POW on Dobby the Hobgoblin. Where's the ball gonna scatter? To the 4-yard line. Britney Spears is in position. General says, glad I tuned in. SB Beaver, thanks for the gift stub. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Not so trusty Patches says, go Brittany. Brittany has the ball. She is on the sideline. She probably wants to get off the sideline. Well, nobody can. Oh, that's 2 GFIs, man. That's 2 GFIs, man. No rerolls left for anyone. 2-die block back in the right wide zone. So you'll have to forgive me. I think this will go to, if this is a tie, this will go to penalty kicks. Which I actually hate, but we'll see. They may have changed it to do another overtime another overtime half. We'll see. It used to be penalty kicks at the very least. SP Beaver says, can that backdoor make it to the other side before this king scores? Christina Aguilera knocked out. She tried to dodge out of the way. Didn't work out. That tackle skill's rough, man. PPFC is running out of players. Turn 23. General says, just throw a Hail Mary to Skink in the top right who just just got knocked out. He's got a GFI blitz with Gesundheit. SB Beaver says, all you need is a skink in a dream. I don't think PPFC can score. Yeah, PPFC can't score. Here it is. 2 GFI blitz. That'll work. Where's the ball going to scatter? Where's the ball going to scatter? Right where it was. What do you think? A dodge with Dobby to try to pick this ball up? Let's see. He can still do it. He can still do it. Well, he can't anymore. So barring some strange weirdness with a throw-in, General's asking, are we playing sevens yet? We might be. Let's see, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6, 7, 8. Not quite. Not so trusty Patch says, never seen a game quite end up like this. Me neither, man. Wow. What a semifinal match this has been. Barring some weird throw-in shenanigans. General's now following. Thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. I don't think there's anything that Knee-High to Nuffle can do here. Hank the Ranger says, I really want to try sevens in real life. I haven't had a chance yet. I picked up Dungeon Bowl. I haven't read the new Dungeon Bowl rules yet. SB Beaver says, well, Nick has a slightly easier game next week either way. He sure does. 15 seconds left in turn 23 of this semi-finals match. Tried the pass anyway, failed the pass. Turn 24, PPFC. Oh man, the players are dwindling down. 1-1 tie. After an amazingly quick score on defense by PPFC to kick this game off. We are now on turn 24. Clypheus and Jedi Jordan asks, what happens if you're still tied? So we were just talking about this. At one point in, this is a cyanide thing. At one point in the past, if this ties at the end of overtime, it goes to penalty kicks. You get 5 apiece. I don't know if they've changed it or not. I have it in my head that they changed it to just do another round of overtime. But I'm not sure. So it's either penalty kicks or you're going to do another round of overtime. And I apologize for not knowing ahead of time. Hank the Ranger says random winner. That's not true, is it? Cliffy says, who gets the ball in that OT? It's just another half. So it would be a second half. So whoever had it this half, the other person would get it in the next half. But if it's penalty kicks, I apologize for that as well. Yeah, with kicks, kicks are just die rolls. It's just like a X-Wing, if you're familiar with the weird draw. Penalty kicks are basically just die rolls, and whoever wins the die roll wins the game. SB says it's kicks. All right. General Boss said, foul the dwarf on the right. Yeah, I mean, this is it. If this is it, I want to see a GG foul. I want to see a good game foul. Jared Wilkes says they should give a +1 to the penalty kicks part if you have a kicker. I would agree with that. Yeah, it makes some sort of game out of it. I don't like penalty kicks. I think it's the same reason why I don't like the random, the roll-off in X-Wing. You fight for so long for it to just come down to Yahtzee, you know? SP Beaver says, if at the end of overtime neither team has scored, there's a series of penalty kicks. First team to miss loses the match. Oh yeah, not so trusty patches. I didn't even realize that Gwen Stefani picked up the ball. That was a 6+ pickup. 6+ pickup with a Saurus, but a skink can't dodge. All right, what's gonna happen? Final turn. I will be remiss. I will be disappointed if we don't see a GG foul. General says, in my first game I lost 2-1, but killed a dwarf on turn 16 with my Crocs as a last FU. That's the way to do it, man. 2-die block, both standing result. Ball gets knocked out of the hands. Maybe a foul with Dobby is on the cards. Hank Range says, does AG factor in on kicks? I don't remember. I don't think so. I think it's just die rolls. Good pass for some SPP here on Dobby. Oh man. I hope it goes to another overtime. I really do. So no fouls, it looks like. Boo! It takes the 1-die blitz, gets a hit on Lisa Loeb. Doesn't get much out of it. That will be it. He's not going to take the block with Bashful. Oh man, it's going to be kicks! It's a kick, so the TRRs add, but there's none left, so it's just a straight D6. Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? That's one for Knee-High to Nuffle. PPFC. They get an opportunity. The first to miss loses. PPFC scores 1-1. Back to Knee-High to Nuffle. Leave it to Rouse and Teeny Esperanto are both praying to Nuffle. Good kick. 2-1, Knee-High to Nuffle. Who prayed harder to Nuffle? Failed kick, Knee-High to Nuffle wins this semi-finals match. Congratulations to Knee-High to Nuffle on their victory. Wow. Wow. General with Lizardman solidarity. What? GG's indeed. Wow, what a game. Jared Wilkes says Avril was the true winner. Oh man, what a game that was. Knee-High to Nuffle dominating ball possession. 68 blocks to 54. KOs inflicted are pretty even. 2 injuries inflicted by Knee-High to Nuffle. Wow. General Boss is unsub. GG. That was a fantastic game, man. Wow, wow, wow. 13 SPP awarded to Knee-High to Nuffle. 9 for the Pippy fan club. What a grueling match that was. Thankfully, the SPP went on decent players. Didn't go on a journeyman, didn't go on someone injured. Gwen Stefani will be leveling up, as well as Briar Rose. That will do it for the semifinals. We'll take a look at the bracket before we leave. Knee High to Nuffle will be advancing to the finals in this first competition of the season, the Chaos Cup. They will be up against a reptile dysfunction. It will be Chaos Dwarves versus Lizardmen in the finals. Not So Trusty Patches says, how many players are left in Knee High? We can take a look. Let's take a look. General says more Lizard. Yes, indeed. In fact, a reptile dysfunction is coached by the current league champion. Let's see how many players are left for Knee High. Everybody. Everyone. Full rosters for each team in the championship match. That will be scheduled. General says my league team name is a reptile dysfunction, and here I thought I was original. Yeah, so the scheduling for the championship game will start tomorrow. The coaches will have roughly a week to schedule that. And when they do, you will be able to check out the schedule here on Twitch and on Twitter and on our Facebook page, and you can find the links for those right there on your screen. We will have the schedules updated just as soon as the game gets scheduled, and then after the Chaos Cup is over, we'll have a short break, probably of a couple of weeks or so, and then the next competition of the league will kick up. It's the Spike Magazine Trophy. All of these competitions, save for the Blood Bowl, which is the championship competition, are open competitions. They're open to new and veteran coaches alike. If you wish to play, feel free to join us in the upcoming Spike Magazine Trophy. I love Blood Bowl. It's a lot of fun. Come join us. Hopefully you'll have some fun too. Play Blood Bowl. You can pick it up at your friendly local game store in tabletop form, or you can play it right here with us on Steam and with BB2. General says noobs. You say yes. Noobs and vets alike. Come on in. The season structure is also pretty friendly to jump in and out. So if you jump in the second competition, you're not really all that far behind. So play Blood Bowl. It's a fantastic game. I hope you had a blast tonight. J.R. Wilkes says there's a $10,000 buy-in. There's not, but I love this game. I hope you do too. And we will see you here for the championship match here in this Chaos Cup within the next week. Have a great night, ladies and gentlemen.